Alright guys, welcome to another video by Show Publishers, where we live that passive income life one idea at a time. So today's video is being done on January 1st, 2021. So we made it to a new year. This video, I'm going to do a quick summary of 2020 and my plans for this year for low content books and anything else I'm going to put on KDP. So let's get into this video. All right, so as you can see, I already have book report pulled up, and this is January 1st, 2021. Got to get used to saying that. So as you can see, this is today. Let me refresh it. It looks like so far today, I have 3 sales and 37 pages have been read on Kindle Unlimited. And if you produce books on KDP, you know you can have your ebooks enrolled in that, and whenever people read pages, you get paid by the page count, and it's an update the same way they pay you every 2 weeks. You get paid by your sales as well as pages read. So far today I've made $7.75. So let's go to the historical. If you looked at my last video, I was right around $5,000. I knew that I would finish at $5,000 by the end of the year. So what is showing now is January 2020 through December 2020. So for the entire year last year, I made $5,115.68. And as you can see, I have 57 books that's out there. I've actually completed a couple of more books since my last video, but it was really making some books in the print version and not just the e-version, and vice versa. I had some that was a print version, and then I made it a ebook version. So I jumped up 3 books since the last time this was actually created. Now, also, I've always told you that even though I have 57 books published, I don't sell all 57 of those books. Of this total dollar amount here, of these books, only 14 of those books were published. And my highest selling book sold 1,154 copies. So over 1,100 books sold of just one book type. And it was a coloring book if you're interested in that. I say that those are really good books, and that's what that one was. And if you look, I told you I put out some new books in November, and my sales started going up in November, and the same thing in December. I finished December at $390. So it's definitely going in the right direction that I want it to. And I always say with books, it doesn't necessarily matter the amount of books that you have out there. It's really the quality of those books. I mean, number one, it just has to be a good book in regards to how it looks, your designs. If it's low content, making sure that it's something that you've done your research on and people want to purchase it. And there are hundreds and hundreds of different types of low content books that you can do. And the reason that I say it doesn't matter how many books you put out, yes, the more books you put out, you should have more sales, but it's always going to be that 80-20 rule. I always say that. And that means that of the books that you have, let's say you got 100 books, 20 of those books are going to make up 80% of, your sales. So 20 out of the 100, that's basically the 80-20 rule. So 100 books, 20 of those books are going to sell, and is going to make up the bulk of the money that you make overall. And that's what happened. That's what's really happening in mine. So my plans for 2021, what am I going to do in regards to low content books? I am going to start putting out more books for the coloring books, because those do sell well for me. I do have a couple of novel books though, where they're nonfiction and it's giving people information about passive income. One of them is dealing with that. I have another one that is a gratitude journal, but I also wrote different things in there. So half of it is a book. The other half is dealing with teaching you how to do different things. So there's certain tools, you know, in the book. So it's not just a low content. I would say it's a medium content, you know, book versus low content where it's just a template that's actually in there. So with that being said, that is going to be my goal. It's not so much as trying to put out so many books each month. I think that's great and that works for different people. And if you have the time to actually do it, I say definitely, you know, go for it. But I don't have the time to put into creating so many books, you know, every day and every month. And for me, what's worked best for me is not putting out a lot of books, is centering in on a book that I have researched and saw that it's good sales, that people are looking for that, and then I'll create that particular book. So that's my main goal with it. I actually have a couple of more books in mind that I am going to do, and the goal is to have them finished by the end of this month. So I am going to try to put out books every month, but it will be focused, you know, books where I'm not trying to do a certain niche. I'm trying to do something that I see that a lot of people are actually, you know, looking for. My goal is to try to get to, at minimum, $500 a month every month, you know, to kind of have that, you know, that steady flow coming in. I know with this that, you know, we had some months they were, you know, well above $800, but then we had other months that it fell below $200. And that's fine. You know, if it balances out in the end, that's all that really matters. And trying to get about 500 a month, you'll end up with 6,000. And I just think that's great because, like I said before, you're not doing anything. You create it. That's it. You don't have anything else to do. So that's my plan. What is your plan for this year with your low content books or your books just on KDP in general? Have you set out goals to say, hey, I'm going to do so many books a day, so many books a week, a month? What's your goal in trying to build up your business around that? Because please understand, there are people who are making thousands and thousands of dollars a month on low content books. Now, when you look at the volumes that they have thousands, you know, of books out there. There was a guy that I started following 2 years ago, and every day his goal was to put out 10 books, and he did that for a year. So, you know, he has thousands and thousands. But I posed a question to him and I asked him, I said, of those books that you have out, how many are you selling? Is it kind of like the 80-20 rule? And he said, yes, it is. You know, so he may have 5,000 books, you know, that's out there, but only a small percentage of those books are selling, which is still great because he's hitting thousands of dollars, you know, each month. And he has some really good techniques on him. I think that is his main source of income though. So he has the time to kind of invest in that. And if this is your main source of income, or you want it to be your main source of income, just know that if it's a low content book, the sales are going to kind of be up and down with different things. You know, it's not like, let's say you put out a book like President Obama put out a book. And yes, it sold millions, you know, of copies on the first day. But my point is that that is a book that it continues to sell because people know specifically about it. With low content books, it could be a niche. You may do something around, you know, fishing, which that may not be a big selling point all the time. Maybe it's only during the summer, you know, or if you do Valentine's books or different things like that. It's just that some books may or may not sell, you know, all the time. Now, with the adult coloring book, there's always people that seem like they want an adult coloring book. And so I'm doing different types of books. So that's what I mean by that. Just understand that you will have to continually produce if you're going to make this your main source of income, if you don't have books that are kind of evergreen in a sense, that no matter when a person comes in there, if they want an adult coloring book, yours is going to come up and it'll be one of those that they can choose. But you can do it. I'm not trying to make this my, main source of income, but to get an extra $5,000, then I didn't really have to do, anything. I think that's great. So let me know what your plans are. What are you going to do in 2021? Let's stay together with the different things that we're trying to do. And if there's something that I can help you out with, please let me know. I am willing to help in any way that I can. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to my channel and look for that next video. Thank you for joining Moncho Publishers.